Good morning, dear friends. In today's lecture, we will discuss some problems on adjoint of matrix. Also, we will discuss properties regarding adjoint of matrix. Let us start our lecture. Thank you. Good morning, dear friends. First of all, I welcome to all FOBAC students. I am your math teacher. In previous lecture, we took various types of matrices. We also go through the definition of what is adjoint, what is cofactor matrix, what is minor of element. But again, we go through little bit minor of element. As per discussion in previous lecture, minor is nothing but the determinant. Minor, we can find the minor of element from the given matrix, say A, and suppose we have to find the minor of element, say element Aij. Aij is nothing but the element in the matrix in ith row, jth column. Minor of element Aij is the determinant obtained by deleting ith row and jth column from the determinant of, that is the determinant of submatrix, and it is divided by Mij. What is cofactor of element? Suppose A is a matrix. We already discussed on this. A can be described as a Aij of size n by n, is square matrix. Cofactor of Aij is denoted by capital Aij, and it is defined as a minus 1 raised to I plus j into Mij. Here note that minus 1 raised to I plus j. If power of minus 1 is even, then its value will be 1. If its power is odd, then its value will be minus 1. Means Aij can be obtained from Mij, and just multiply Mij by plus or minus 1. And how it can be decided? It can be decided by this formula, because minus 1 raised to I plus j, here power is I plus j. Note that. Now let us go for definition. Now let us go for definition of adjoint. Let A be the square matrix, then transpose of cofactor matrix, that is called adjoint. And cofactor matrix can be obtained from taking all entries from the cofactor of element. Now let us go through problems so that this concept will be understood neatly. Find the adjoint of, we have given some square matrix. This is 3 by 3 square matrix having name A. Once you understand, you can be able to find the adjoint of 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, 5 by 5, any order. We have given, suppose A matrix having size order n, then we can find the adjoint. So to find the adjoint, we have to find cofactor matrix first. To find the cofactor matrix, we have to find the cofactor of element. Means there are 9 elements in this matrix, so we have to find the cofactor of element. And to find the cofactor of elements, we have to find the Mij's, means minor of all elements. There are 9 elements. So cofactor of element, that can be obtained by the formula that we already discussed. Aij equal to minus 1 raised to I plus j into mij. So we start from by taking I equal to 1, j equal to 1, means a11. That can be, we can calculate by this minus 1 raised to 1 plus 1 into m11. Minor m11, that is nothing but a determinant of submatrix having size 2 by 2 and entries like 4, 5, 5, 6 by deleting first row, first column, like this. Similarly, we can do for all entries and substitute all these values of ai, j in the matrix. So we get this cofactor matrix: minus 1, 3, minus 2, 3, minus 3, 1, minus 2, 1, 0. We can go through calculation also. We can pause your video at any time and we can check the calculation. And how we can find the adjoint? By just taking the transpose of cofactor matrix. Means what is transpose? The rows we can write as a column. Means minus, first row is minus 1, 3, minus 2. It will become column minus 1, 3, minus 2. Second row is 3, minus 3, 1. It will become column 3, minus 3, 1, like that. In this way we can find the adjoint. Again we go through another problem to understand deeply how to calculate adjoint of A. This is matrix of size 2 by 2. Here we have to find the cofactor of elements. There are 4 elements, so we will get 4 aij's. Just substitute, we get the cofactor matrix. This is the cofactor matrix. Entries in the cofactor matrix we denote by capital Aij. So there are 4 entries and just take the transpose, we get the adjoint of A. In this way we get the adjoint not only for 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 but for n by n also. One thing you note that Aij equal to, what is the relation between cofactor of element and minor? Roughly we can say if I plus j is even, then Aij equal to mij. Cofactor of element is equal to minor of element. If I plus j is odd, then negative of mij is nothing but aij. If there is a difference in sign when I plus j is odd. Let us discuss some important result. Here suppose A matrix is given having, these are the entries A11, A12, A13. We already discussed about how these entries represent the position in the given matrix. This is 3 by 3 and determinant can be calculated like this. Just take the element in first row A11, A12, A13 and write here, and coefficient of element in first row, that are nothing but the determinants of submatrix. So we already discussed this determinant, how to calculate. Then also we can go through this. You can pause your video at any time. And this is not the story about 3 by 3 matrix. We can write for 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, like that. Suppose we have to find the determinant of matrix having size 4 by 4. So first of all, we have to write the elements in first row A11, A12, A13, A14, like that. Then in front of these elements we have to write the sign plus, minus, plus, again minus. 4th term having minus symbol. Then A11, and by deleting first row, first column, take the determinant of that submatrix. Here also A12, by deleting first row, second column, take the determinant of that submatrix. A13, by deleting first row and third column, take the determinant. For fourth, by deleting first row and last column, is fourth column, and take the determinant of that submatrix. In this way we have to obtain the determinant and this we can do for any order provided that is square matrix. Of course, this is nothing but the minus 1 raised to 1 plus 1 a11 m11 like this. Just substitute and simplify this. We get a11 plus into capital A11 by the definition of cofactor of element. A12 into capital A12 means cofactor of element like this, and E is the determinant of matrix corresponding to the elements of first row. This is the formula that we already studied right now. One thing we should note that summation j going from 1 to m aij into capital Akj, its value is 0 if I not equal to k. If I equal to k, then value of this summation is nothing but the determinant of A, and this property we have to use in next book. This is theorem is very important. Theorem 1. For any square matrix A into adjoint of A equal to adjoint of A into A equal to determinant of A into I. This theorem gives the relation between adjoint of A and K. Gives the relation between A and determinant of A. Also gives the relation between adjoint of A, determinant of A and A. So this is very important result, and let us go through proof of this. This is our A matrix. So first we calculate the adjoint of this matrix. So before that we have to find the cofactor matrix. This is the cofactor matrix corresponding to matrix A. And take the transpose, we get the adjoint of given matrix A. And we have to discuss about product of A into adjoint of A. That we have to show, like we have to prove its product is nothing but the determinant of A into I. So just simplify this, and by using this important result. See, this is the very important result. Summation j going from 1 to n aij into capital Akj. It is determinant of A if I equal to k, otherwise it is 0. And many times I not equal to k occurs, that's why it is 0. That's why product of A into adjoint of A will be looks like matrix containing like this it 1 or 0. Here we remove common determinant of A. And this is nothing but the identity matrix of order n. So in this way we can prove A into adjoint of A equal to determinant of A into I. Half part we already did. What is the remaining part? We have to show adjoint of A into A equal to determinant of A into I. Previously we have shown A into adjoint of A. Here reverse way, or you can say we have to check whether it is commutative or not. So we can check it, and that will be, we can do in same way, and we get the adjoint of A equal into A equal to determinant of A into I. In this way we have to prove this result. Let us go for corollary. Next result. If we have given the determinant of A is non-singular, means its determinant is non-zero. Determinant of A is non-zero, that is called non-singular matrix of order n. Then we have to, this corollary gives the result, what is the determinant of adjoint of A? And answer is determinant of adjoint of A, it can be calculated by taking n minus power of determinant of A. Means if you know the determinant of A, just take the n minus 1 power, we get the determinant of adjoint of A. But who obtain this result? Scientists obtain this result, mathematicians obtain this result, we also obtain this result. But how we get this result? For this purpose, we go through the proof. So let us go through the proof. What is we have given? Determinant is non-zero. This is we have given, means because it is non-singular. This is we have given, and we have to prove. What is we have to prove? Determinant of adjoint of A, that is nothing but the mod A raised to n minus 1. How we can show? So we have to apply theorem 1. Theorem 1 tells that A into adjoint of A equal to determinant of A into I. By taking the determinant on both sides, we get this determinant of A into adjoint of A. Also on right hand side. So if you observe on right hand side, use the property of matrices, we get the mod of A raised to n on right hand side into determinant of identity matrix of order n, and we know the determinant of diagonal matrix. Since it is identity matrix, we know its determinant is always 1, or it is diagonal matrix, and determinant of diagonal matrix can be obtained by taking the product of principal diagonal entries, means 1 into 1 into like this. This is the principal diagonal and its product is 1. So in short, we get the step determinant of A into adjoint of A is equal to mod of A raised to n. So use the property, we can use the distributive property of determinant of, we know the result, determinant of C into D is determinant of C into determinant of D. Apply this result on left hand side, we get this one. And since we have given determinant of A is non-zero, we can divide on both sides this quantity, and we get the mod of A raised to n divided by A. And use the law of indices, we get the required result. Means the adjoint of A, its determinant is calculated by determinant of A raised to power n minus 1. Let us go for next result. If A is non-singular matrix of order n, then adjoint of A is also non-singular. Means we have gone, if determinant of A is non-zero, then we have to show, or we have to discuss whether determinant of A is also non-zero or 0. So answer is yes, determinant of A is also non-zero. If determinant of A is non-zero, then determinant of adjoint of A is also non-zero. So how we have to prove this one? Let us go through proof. In previous example, we discussed determinant of adjoint of A can be calculated by the formula by taking determinant of A raised to power n minus 1. And our job is, if you show determinant of A raised to n minus 1 is non-zero, then we can come to the conclusion that adjoint of A is non-singular. So A is non-singular matrix, so its square is also non-singular, cube is also non-singular. In general, its n minus 1 power also non-zero, because any quantity, this is real number mod A, which is determinant of A, that is non-zero. It's any power. If we take the power n minus 1, that is also non-zero. So we automatically come to the conclusion that adjoint of A is non-singular. Let us go for next result or next theorem. If A is any square matrix, then transpose of adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of transpose, dash denoted transpose. This theorem gives the relation between transpose and adjoint. So transpose of adjoint is nothing but adjoint of transpose. This thing you should note that. Proof is simple because adjoint of A is nothing but the transpose of cofactor matrix. And again transpose, then we get the Aij. One thing you should note that transpose of transpose is original matrix. In short, we come to the conclusion adjoint of A transpose that is equal to Aij, original matrix. What is we have to prove? We have to prove this Aij is nothing but the adjoint of A dash. So let us go for taking the transpose of A and then take the adjoint. So A dash is nothing but the Aj because A equal to Aij, taking transpose. And take the adjoint, we get Aj dash, and that is nothing but the Aij by the property. So from 1 and 2 we get the equality. Now again go through some examples. Depending on this our main result is if A into adjoint of A equal to adjoint of A into A, that is always equal to determinant of A into I. I is the identity matrix. This we have to verify for the matrix we have given 2 by 2. Sometimes this, though this is 2 by 2 matrix, we do not have to do lot of job. We can verify for 3 by 3, 4 by 4, n by n also. But here we have to discuss only about 2 by 2 matrix. How we can verify? Just take the left hand side A into adjoint of A. That we have to show as a determinant of A into I. So to show this, we have to first calculate the determinant of A, and that is can be obtained for the matrix of size 2 by 2. Its formula is AD minus BC. So we get 1 into minus 5 in minus 3 into 2. This is our A, this is B, this is C, this is D. AD minus BC. We get determinant of A will be minus 11. So now try to find the cofactor matrix by using minor. We get the matrix of cofactor, that is having entry minus 5, minus 3, minus 2, 1. And just take the transpose, we get the adjoint. Then we have to take the product because we have to verify. So we already calculated adjoint of A. We know the A. Just take the product and check whether that is exactly equal to determinant of A into I or not. And simplify this by considering the product. Do the matrix multiplication in usual manner that we already did, dual standard. Those who don't remember, they can also do like this: 1 into minus 5 plus 2 into minus 3. Means minus 5 minus 6 will be minus 11. To calculate this entry, 1 into minus 2 plus 2 into 1. So minus 2 plus 2 will be 0, like this. So in this way we succeed to show the A into adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A into I, because we already calculated determinant of A, that is nothing but the minus 11. See, you can just see this one. Now similarly we can obtain adjoint of A into A. Its product is determinant of A into I. So from 2 and 3 we get this equality. In this way we get the answer. Now let us go for next problem. Same thing we have to do, but matrix A is not of size 2 by 2. That is now little big. That is order of 3 by 3. Order 3. A matrix is of order 3. Again, we have to calculate the adjoint of A. Calculate the adjoint of A, we have to find the cofactor matrix. Then also calculate the determinant of A separately and check whether product A into adjoint of A that is exactly equal to determinant A into I or not, or it can be expressed by using determinant and identity matrix. So here determinant A is 4. A cofactor matrix obtained like this, you just take the transpose to find the adjoint of A and then take the product like this. Simplify this, we will get 4 into identity matrix, means determinant of I into I, determinant of A into I. In this way we reach up to equation number 2. Half part we already did. Similarly we can do adjoint of A into A, and that is also equal to determinant of A into I. From 2 and 3 we get this required equality. Let us go for next example. Example 3. If A is equal to 3 by 3 matrix having entry 2, 4, 5 like this. Second row is 1, 2, 3. Third row is 3, 5, 6. Now we have to find the adjoint of A, and also we want to find the A into adjoint of A, and that we have to show it is unique matrix, means identity matrix. Means we have to here determinant A we have to check, and that is 1. This we have to show. And in the same fashion which we already did in previous example, yes, find the cofactor matrix. Then using cofactor matrix, by taking this transpose we get the adjoint of A. They take the product by using matrix multiplication. In this way we obtain required result. Now example 4. In previous lecture we already discussed what is A symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix is nothing but the matrix which satisfies the condition A equal to A transpose. Means A transpose and A having same values, both are same. Also, we also talk about skew symmetric matrix. A that gives the relation between A and A transpose, means -1 into A, that is nothing but the skew symmetric matrix. A, if A is skew symmetric, means A is called skew symmetric matrix if it satisfies the condition A transpose is equal to -A. Now let us think about symmetric matrix. A transpose is equal to A. This is the condition. This is suppose we have given in the problem. We have to show adjoint of A. This is also symmetric. Means we have to show the condition, or it satisfies the condition A transpose is equal to A. Means just replace A by adjoint of A equal to, by the property of symmetric matrix, we have to show adjoint of A transpose raised to dash, that is equal to adjoint of A. How we have to show? We have to use the property just study now, at transpose of adjoint of A, that is equal to adjoint of transpose, is adjoint of A dash, and we have given A dash equal to A, so just replace A dash by A. And since the condition of adjoint, so symmetric matrix is satisfied by the adjoint of A, that's why it is symmetry. This is also another important result. If A is non-singular matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A raised to minus 1 raised to 2. Since time is almost over, that's why we will talk this topic in next lecture. I hope you understand this one. Thanks for listening patiently. We will start this example. We will start our next lecture from this example. Thank you.